Hey guys, this is Johnny, and I want to show you one of my dropshipping stores, the Tiffany Lamp Collection, and show you how I made the store and how you guys can make a dropshipping store yourself as well. Now, if you go to tiffanylampcollection.com, this is what you're going to see. We specialize in selling Tiffany style lamps, different kind of lighting, and we're an authorized dealer for some of these big brands like Cal Lighting and Medea, and basically it's a online store, just like if you go to Zappos for shoes, or even if you go on Amazon for something. Now a lot of people ask, so why don't I share all my stores more often? Why don't I say, hey, guys, you guys are my friends and my family, go to tiffanylampcollection.com and buy tons of lamps. One of the big reasons why I don't share it is because it kind of messes up conversion rates. So for a good store, a good performing store, you should get about 1% conversion rate, which that means basically if 100 people comes to your website, one of them should be buying something. If you have a really good conversion rates, like I aim for, maybe that number can go up to 2 or even 4 customers out of 100. Now, if you have a lot of people coming to your store or your website just to look around because they're curious on what you're doing, and for me, having the podcast, like literally 100 people will visit the store just to kind of see what I'm doing and have an idea what a dropshipping store is. So that's the main reason why it's not good to share your stores, because it's also kind of expensive, because every single person who comes to the store, if let's say they're looking at this light, what you might notice is on your Facebook ads or even around Google, kind of around the internet, ads will start displaying, showing my store and the product that you're looking at to try to get you to come back to the store and buy it again. So that's the other big reason is it's expensive to have customers come that aren't actually shopping for these lamps. So why am I sharing this now? It's mainly, to be honest, this isn't one of my best performing stores. This one does pretty well during the holidays, but kind of year round, it doesn't sell that much product. So I'm not too worried about this. I'm not trying to optimize this for maximum conversions or sales anymore. I kind of just leave it there. So, I figure it'd be good for you guys to kind of look around and see, what a store is about. There's a photo of me there. A good example, because I think a lot of people, they have a misconception of what a drop shipping store is. A lot of people think it's either you're selling kind of really weird things, or it's I don't know. I guess if I didn't know what it was, I would be unsure as well. So no, they're not weird things. They're kind of everyday things that fit the criteria of a good dropshipping store. So for this specific one, the prices are pretty expensive. The items are pretty small, so lightweight to ship. And most importantly, they are things that you can't easily find at Best Buy or at Target. Or, if you want like a good selection, I'm sure Home Depot has some of them, but they don't have a massive collection. So these are, that's why I thought this was a good niche. The reason why it's not a good niche is, number one, it's a seasonal niche. And, it's good for gifts and during Christmas, but not really kind of year round. And second, honestly, I don't know that much about Tiffany lamps. This is one of the first stores I started a year ago, and I kind of just hastily jumped into it. And now, I kind of know better. I only start stores where I actually have bought the product before I use it, so I kind of know a little bit more about it. But it did fit some of the other criteria that's in Anton's course that he explains on how to pick a good niche. Now, to start selling these products, basically, all these different companies that you see here, you see this one's made by Cal Lighting. If you look at something excellent, these are Medea, and basically we are authorized dealers for all these brands. So let's say you wanted to buy this this Tiffany style dolphin accent lamp. You would basically pay, you would add this to cart, and you would basically pay us $198, and we would get that money into our bank account. Now we would also get a new order notification, and what we would do is I would basically just forward that email to Medea, the manufacturer, and I would say, hey, can you send one of these products, or maybe 2, to whatever address you put in, and I would basically pay the wholesale price while the customer would pay the retail price, and I would keep the difference. For most brands, the margins are usually between 25 to 35% for drop shipping. If you had imported these and yourself, let's say you wanted to spend $10,000 or $30,000 and you wanted to warehouse a bunch of these, then you can get better margins. You can get 50% or higher margins. But what I like about dropshipping is you don't have to have any of that upfront cost. You can basically just start the store for less than $1,000, way less, maybe a couple $100, and you only order inventory after someone's actually bought something. So when someone's actually gave you money, then you turn around and tell the supplier, say, hey, can you send this out to this guy? Then they charge you for it. And that's actually the reason why I'm able to travel so much for free, is because when I pay the supplier, I pay it on my credit card, and I get a lot of rewards miles for it. So for one of my stores, I sell about $25,000 in product a month, and that's 50,000 miles. And that really kind of just allows me to travel wherever I want. So I just got back from Europe. I flew business class both ways, and that was free. So aside from I'll say, okay, so the main benefits of starting a dropshipping store is, one, it's a location independent job. It's still, I still have to work on it. I mean, I don't just sit around on beaches all day, even though maybe sometimes it seems like it from my Facebook. I still work a couple hours every morning, and I fulfill orders. I'll check my emails, handle some customer service issues. I've hired people to pick up the calls for me, just because I don't want to answer the calls myself, especially when I'm traveling. So they answer all the calls, but I still get some emails and things like that. And whenever I get an order, I forward it to my supplier. The only reason why I still look at it myself is because I want to know what's going on. I don't want to just walk away from the business, because at the end of the day, it really is still a business, especially a business that's doing $25K a month. It's you kind of want to keep your eyes on it. It's not one of those overnight things where you just walk away. But I don't mind, because even when I'm traveling through Europe, or if I'm down on an island somewhere, I can just wake up an hour early, have some coffee, have breakfast, do whatever I need to do, and for the rest of the day, I'm free. So I would say being location independent and not having to work 40 hours a week is a big benefit of having a dropshipping store. The second is the low upfront cost of getting started. So basically a couple $100 here and there and $29 a month for Shopify, and it's one of those things where it's so much cheaper than having an actual store. So could you imagine if I actually had a furniture store and I stocked all these products in a warehouse? I mean, how much would that end up costing me? Just even, in warehouse space, or having employees and things like that. So I'm very, very happy that this is all online, and the different manufacturers such as Kao Lighting, they warehouse everything for me. So I would say that's another really big benefit. And I would say, yeah. And then the last benefit would be, having your own business allows you to have a lot of freedom to travel, and the rewards from it. So this is a dropshipping store. This is an example of one of mine. So if you want to buy a lamp, go ahead. Now that you know the website, it's at tiffanylampcollection.com. If you want to learn more about how I got started in dropshipping, how I learned basically how to pick a niche, how to set up a store, how to get approved by suppliers, how to upload the products, and how to make your first sale. I learned it from a guy named Anton, and his website is antonmethod.com. If you want to sign up for Shopify, so this website is basically made on Shopify, and this is a template. So it makes it really easy. So even if you don't have a lot of web skills, as long as you know how to let's say make a Facebook page or something pretty simple, even make a blog, you can make one of these stores. And if you want a 20% off coupon, if you go to johnnyfd.com and then click on resources, that's where you'll find links to everything. So you go to johnnyfd.com and we click on recommended resources. There's a link to both Anton's course, all right, as well as 25% off or 20% off Shopify for Life. If you want more information, kind of take a look through this page. And what's really nice is you can get started basically without that much money, because the first $75 in ads are free if you click this Amazon one, and here's a Google one as well. And here's all the other resources that I use for everything. This is all the things I recommend. This is the card I use to get reward miles. This is my podcast that I interview a lot of people that I meet traveling that have location independent businesses. This is Agoda's, who I book all my hotels with. And then, you have all these other random things that I recommend. So that's about it. So hopefully you guys will be successful with your dropshipping stores as well. If you have any questions, you can always leave a comment or message me on Facebook. And I'll have links to everything on my blog at johnnyfd.com. See you guys.